So I gave a bald friend of mine a comb for his birthday. He wasn't really happy about it, but he said he'll never part with it. So I'm out crop checking here up north of Rumsey on the wheat, checking to make sure grasshoppers aren't too bad. But we actually got some rain this week. So yesterday it rained fairly good in Rumsey and at Trochu. It was getting pretty dry. It had been pretty hot over the weekend and things were starting to burn up again. So we're pretty fortunate. I realize there's people in a lot worse shape than us for sure. You can see the wheat behind is staying green, and I know in a lot of the areas there's not a lot of crop there, so feel pretty bad about that for sure. And we got some canola that's pretty spotty as well, or patchy, with kind of just poor germination and that. But I would say probably 60% of my crops are decent enough to make close to average. So in a year like this, I guess that's pretty good. But yeah, this week I'll kind of be just checking crops and watching for insects and sharing a little bit about my my project I've been working on, my grain dryer shack. So I've been working on my dryer shack, getting ready for harvest and getting everything kind of tuned up in there and adding some shelves and a few different things. A couple of years ago, I brought a garden shed that we had over by the other shop and the house. I brought it up over here to put the controller inside. So the controller used to be underneath there for the dryer. It was outside and you had to go right up by the dryer itself to change settings and to check everything, temperatures and stuff. So I thought it would be nice to kind of move it inside. So those are the cables to move it inside. And so there's the controller brought in, and then all the Wi-Fi and all the internet stuff up above. And I added in some shelves here to put my sample pails. So I got them all labeled for my bins at the home here, and a few of the ones that are out on the other fields, I got sample pails for them too. And then I got my tester here in the corner, built a shelf for it and that, and just storing some stuff there. And then I can also look out and check the dryer and the generator back there. But yeah, so I've been working the last week or so on this and got it all insulated and enclosed and set up ready for harvest. So it should be handy. from the first look at this, it looks pretty good. There's pretty nice and green, but when you get closer, you can kind of see where the heads were getting kind of from the heat. They're starting to yellow up top. So what that does is it stops it from producing a seed up at the top part of the head. So you end up with blanks. It was just so hot this week. So even though the head's this long, we're probably only gonna get like 3/4 of it. And the heads are already pretty small compared to normal, but overall, wheat's not too bad. It's still filling, so you never know. But the grasshoppers, there's a few in here, but like only like maybe 1 or 2 per square meter. So not enough to worry about spraying. The crop itself is about knee-high, so I guess knee-high by the 4th of July or whatever isn't bad. I think that's corn, not probably wheat, but yeah, you can see the odd grasshopper hopping around, but not too bad. Yeah, you can see also the lower leaves were browned off pretty bad. They were dying. Just once again from the heat stress and that, it's they normally do dry off and die eventually anyways, but a little earlier than normal maybe as far as the plant development. You can kind of see the patches where they kind of burnt down in the field a little bit more. That just reduces yield, but for the most part it's still green, pretty thin. But we'll see once it starts to turn, you can really tell basically where the good parts of the fields will be. So